Quick reminder, in this tutorial, we'll be using a very sharp X-Acto knife and a hot glue gun, so please handle with care. Enjoy this free tutorial and follow along step by step. Alrighty, let's make a chest or torso. I'm talking about this funky looking piece right here. Don't let this craziness scare you. Basically, these FoldTrace templates that you have in your PDF are pretty much these right here. All different phases. This is phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. For the sake of the video, I'm going to actually do just a couple fold traces here. We're not going to do this one here because you can get what you need off of this one here. Take your grocery bag, paper stock, alright? I'll just cut a piece off like that, okay? Fold the snap, graphic side in. Doesn't matter if it's a little off, that's okay. We're just more interested in this fold. Let's go ahead and take our phase 3, it's called a neck canyon. Line it right up on the middle center fold, just like always. CF right there means center fold. Put this center fold onto the center fold of the line. You should know what this is by now. When I say fold trace, that's what we're doing here. Just do a few lines and we should be done, making sure we get these. These are basically the straw bone holes for our vertebrae. So yeah, that's all we're doing. Hey, check it out. Now we're going to just go ahead and cut this out. Alright, let's move this off the screen. Let's take our wire nippers and make little half diamond cuts right here. And booyah! Booyah tribe. That's what we made, just like this piece right here, out of this fold trace and fold cut. That's one piece. When I'm talking about fold trace and fold cuts, I just wanted to clarify that. Sorry about my marked up fingers. Working with Sharpies all day, that's just what we got. Now we're going to take this piece right here and we're going to actually do a snowflake cut. Remember grade school we did a bunch of snowflake stuff like that? Same thing here. We're going to actually fold it right down the middle and then we're going to actually fold it again. Check that out. Now we have a middle point right here. Unfold it so you can actually see where the crisscrosses meet. That's what we want. And we're going to fold it back up again. Take this piece, this cutout right is going to meet the middle of the actual fold. And line it up just like again. The CF right there, that means centerfold. Line it right up into the middle. Just draw it out just like this. One straight line down here, a little cut right there, and of course this little pit canyon right there. That's what we're doing. And just cut this out as straight as possible, cutting that all the way up. Cutting this little corner off right there very cleanly and very tightly. Just cut along these lines, causing it not to shift. And then we're going to undo it, and if all goes well, we should have something that looks like this. Even if it's a bit big and small, we just kind of want this design, okay? We want this design to mirror this design, and of course you can pretty much use your best judgment on this one here. So let's keep moving on. You should have this rectangle piece in your PDF downloads, torso or chest, up and down. For the sake of the video, I already traced it and cut it out on a piece of pink foam. You can pretty much manage through that part of it, I'm sure, with your X-Acto knife by now. Since I already did that, I'm going to go ahead and put this piece away. And I'm going to actually put all these fold trace pieces back into our, you guessed it, torso jar. Let's go ahead and do it. We should have phase 1, which is this piece right here. Go ahead and signify this is the front. Lay this right across the front here. The top rolls right on top, just like how it looks. The back should go straight up onto the back, and the bottom right onto the bottom. So it should roll all the way around it according to the shorter vertical goes this way, and of course the longer part is left and right, which is the left and right side of the chest. What color should we use? Put this fun little parchment paper on here just so we can spare. I grabbed blue. Let's use blue. It's a bluey kind of day. Go ahead and just mark this up. All we're doing is just tracing this out with our blue Sharpie. By the way, I just wanted to let you know the design you have, bottom part of the chest is going to go more upward. In the video moving forward, the chest piece is not as indented. This bottom part of the chest that you see right now is more and all the blue is what we're going to actually be cutting out. Mark this top hole, that's where the next straw bone is going to be. The back, go ahead and... Don't worry about these, I'll explain these little divots later. Those are little markers. In the bottom, we are going to make this tiny little hole right there. Right there. So we should have something that looks like this, right? all the sides. Go ahead and put this away. These two markings are going to be connected all the way across. I'm going to use my X-Acto knife just to kind of make a score line all the way across. Okay, we are going to actually... So basically we're going to be cutting this straight down like that. After that, this part right here is going to be cut down at a 45-degree angle. So go ahead and just start cutting this thing. This is the front part of the chest, the bottom part of the chest. Now we're going to go ahead and cut this chest out. It's real simple. Just make a score line right where this green is going to be disappearing. And it's going to be this simple. Just go at a 45-degree angle and just cut straight through like this and cut straight through like this. And all you have to do is just melon cut that out. It's that simple. If it's not perfectly at an angle, just kind of even it up on the other side. That's how quick this chest cutout should be. Cleaning up a little bit more later. But yeah, this right here, all these corners here are going to be met to this corner right here. Go ahead and make a score line, match corner to corner. Same with this side. Take this corner, should go all the way across to this corner here. I'm going to go ahead and mark this up so you can visually see it. All this blue right here is going to be going away. And we'll do the same thing on this side. I started with a nick right there. Put a score line right there. And this corner is going to match with this corner right there. Color this up so you can visually see it. Same with this. It's going to meet score line. Score line. By the way, just so that you have orientation on what I'm talking about, right now you're looking at the back. I'm going to scrub through this so you know where we're at. And this is the front, this is the back, this is the front. Right up here, when you see this coming in here, we're looking at the back right now. So this corner right there, it matches with this corner. This corner will match with this corner here. So we made a score line so we can visually see what's matching up and what we need to cut out. And last but not least, we'll do this one right here, corner to corner. Same thing right here. Just to give you a better visual representation, colored it a lot more solid in a green color so you can visually see what we're going to be cutting out. So all the green here, colored out and blocked off, is all going to be disappearing. Sorry about my fingers. So this is the front. Cut out the front part of the bottom part of the chest. Turn it over, and this is the back. Remember these two parts right here? And these are the sides because we actually met all of our score lines together. Just met this bottom corner to this bottom corner, this top corner to this top corner, and that's how it should look like. Go ahead and commence with the video. We made our score lines. We can start cutting right down the score line, turning this around, following this little score line here. If you want, you can actually cut off in the middle. Makes it a lot easier to melon cut everything out, and you can finish it off by just finishing off right there. That's easy cut right there. Same thing right here. We're cutting straight down, cut on both sides so we can get even cuts. And we can melon cut this away. Check that out. Finish this off a lot easier. Now that's only like a half part of it. And that's great. Go ahead and continue. Score line right here. We could just go all the way down on this one here. Go all the way down. It's a family show, everybody. And then we're just cutting it. And then this one here. Follow the score line, just going slow and going neat. So there we go. This is going to be the back. I'll just put a B for back, F for front. So this score line, this is all going to be cut off at a 45-degree angle. So what I mean by that, we're going to be cutting at this angle right here. I'm just going to go ahead and get this started by putting a slit in the middle. I'm going to go ahead right on the score line, go at a 45-degree angle, just like that. Should be able to peel this off. Yep, there we go. Same thing right here, a 45-degree angle, like that angle. I'm going to dig in here, follow that angle, just being very careful. Right on the score line. Finish this off right down the middle. There we go. Awesome, that's what we want right there. Let's go ahead and talk about the neck holes. Of course, we can go ahead and take our very sharp X-Acto and pierce it right down the middle. Not going to go exactly in the middle of the hole, we're going right above it, like right here. The top of the point is not exactly in the middle. Pierce it straight down. we got kind of in the middle now. And we're going to do the same thing here, just to the right of it. We have a little bit of a plus sign. Turn this over and do the exact same thing. Piercing it once straight down and another time straight down. Take our handy screwdriver and break on through to the other side. I just wanted to slow this down a little bit, and I'm just doing this on a spare piece, not a torso piece, but I wanted to do this slow so I can just show you what's going on in a better speed. So we've got a plus sign on this side and a plus sign on this side. When I say take our handy screwdriver, I do it pretty fast on the video, but I just wanted to show you a little bit slowed down. All we're doing is we're puncturing those score lines that we've pierced all the way through it, and we're just following the imaginary line to this end of the score line here, following it through very slowly and very delicately until the actual screwdriver comes out the other end. You're going to want to take your time and slow down a little bit in this part so you can make sure you get a straight line all the way through, just like this, okay? Now we've got our vertebrae hole. Concentrate on the shoulders, which is this bad boy right here. We're going to match hole to hole, right? And the shoulders should just line right here. Take a blue Sharpie, just, you guessed it, mask trace this out. Mask trace it. Masked crusaders working overtime, fighting crime. Remember that cartoon? 80s kids? Done. Check it out. That's all she wrote. What we're going to do is right here, this straight edge right here, go ahead and stab cut it all the way across, right? It's that simple. And right here at the top of the triangle, we're going to go ahead and cut down. And same thing right here. We're going to be able to melon cut this out. Check that out. That was satisfying. Same thing right here with this pit, this Brad pit right here. Straight in there. And we're going to cut straight down right there. Straight down right there. And then melon cut that out. That is satisfying. Alright, so now all we're going to go ahead and do is go right in the middle of this top part of the triangle, resting it right on the face, the flat face of this inner cut, right? Going to go ahead and cut all the way down through, right? That's all we did. Can you see what I just did? I'll do it on this side, resting the point in on the top part of the triangle, but on the bottom floor of the inside of the cavern here, I'm going to go ahead and just cut it all the way down and through. That's all we're doing, everybody, just down and through. All we need to do is take our handy screwdriver, and right where we made that divot, we're going to just actually open that up a little bit here. We're going to go ahead and just right along the sidelines here, just cut right along this access point, cutting a little bit out, just like this. That's all we're doing. We're making this shoulder cavern right here. Do the same thing with this side. Go ahead and shove our screwdriver in there to open that up, right? Right down kind of in the middle from this side to this side again. We're just going to go ahead and just very gently cut down to the sides, very carefully opening this sides up, right? We can take that out and peel this out. That's all we're doing. Alright, let's clean that up a little bit. And so as you can see straight down, we've made this kind of like I-beam kind of cut. So we have this open face on both sides of the shoulder sockets, right? Now we can go ahead and work on this neck canyon right here. We're going to divot that out. So let's keep going. Phase 2 is done. Now we're going to take our canyon, our neck canyon. Remember, this is the front and this is the back because the front has more of a chest divot and the back more has an elongated divot. I'm going to go ahead and place it right on top. Remember this hole, this is the vertebrae hole right here. And hole goes on top of hole, right? That's going to help us line it up. And this goes onto the back and this flows onto the front part of the chest. Take our trusty Sharpie, and this time we're using green, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight and trace this front part. This side part, we're going to go ahead and cut this out. We're going to flip this on over, and we're going to go ahead and cut along this part right here. And of course, the two back divots here, we're going to highlight that as well, because that's going to come into play right here. Like that. Of course, all of this we're going to be cutting out right here. Take our trusty, very sharp X-Acto knife, start right on this front part right here. We're going to actually make a little bit of a score line on both sides so that we can follow this a lot better. We're going to go ahead and go at a 45-degree angle with the point going upwards. That means going towards the chest. And we're just cutting it out at a 45-degree angle. This part right here, the side part of the neck, we're going to go more of a really tight angle downward towards the neckline, just like this. Can we see that? So I'm going from here to here down to the neckline like this kind of an angle, okay? Rotate it and go opposite, do the same thing, and I'm going to go downward at that kind of an angle going towards this open part of the neckline. Now we're going to go towards the back, right? We're going to go ahead and go straight down from this part right here, just straight down. And this part we're going to go at this angle here. And at this part we're going to go at this angle here. And if all goes well, we should be able to just break that off just like that. That's exactly what we want. We want it to actually look like this. Here's the back, the top, and the front, okay? Now that we've cut out our shoulder socket joints, taking care of the neck canyon and the top vertebrae hole all the way through, let's go ahead and trim down the back shoulders and the front chest shoulders as well. So we're not going to be doing any drawing, we're just going to use our very sharp X-Acto knife to kind of mark everything up. The point of the top part of the chest shoulders right here, and of course the bottom point as well, we're going to meet point to point and just put a score mark right down to where we can actually see it. Same thing with this side, point to point. So we have a reference to follow in terms of what we're going to be chopping off, and that's going to be these two sides. Now the top portion of this, since we already cut out the triangle, it's going to be a lot easier for us to follow. It's going to be the bottom part of this triangle. We're going to intersect this top point as well, and we're going to make a score line right down. So this is coming out and that's coming out, right? And so the bottom is pretty much the same thing from this point to this inside of this bottom point. We're just going to make a score line, and that's all coming out right there. If we can see all these sections kind of intersecting, what we're going to be doing, get rid of this shoulder chest piece right here. So all we're going to do is just add an angle, try to follow this angle right here on the bottom. As we're cutting, trying to follow along both lines right here. Alright, as we're cutting, we're going to go ahead and alternate and do the same thing with this side and go along with this line and try to go along with this line right here. Okay, so we're just cutting that out, and that should melon cut pretty easily. Check that out. We've got that trimmed up. That looks real nice. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with this side. Score line right here from this same intersecting point, bottom part of this triangle right here. Turn this over. Same thing. This is the intersecting point, bottom part of the flat piece that we chunked out, right? Making a score line so we have something to follow. I'm going to go ahead and start on this front face and just lay this blade right across this whole entire score line. That's going to help us out. Rotate it, cut it down both of these score lines. This score line and this score line, so we have something to follow. I'm going to take it out. The same thing, following both score lines. This score line here and this score line, just trying to make it nice and even. And boom. Check that out. We chunked out front face of the side chest close to the shoulders. That's looking good. That's exactly what we want. Let's do the back now. See this point here? Now we don't have anything that we can mark it up with, so we're just going to kind of guesstimate and go just up and down, okay? We're just making a slit going up and down on this side, also making a slit going up and down, so we have something to follow, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, just use your best judgment. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and from that intersection to the bottom part of this triangle, making a score line to follow. Same thing with this line. This is going to be a little bit more difficult, but that's okay. We know where we intersected right here. We can chunk it out right here to meet that portion right there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start with this part right here and just kind of follow the score line. Okay? And right down here, following this score line, and we chunk that out, okay? Same with this side here, everybody. Go ahead and make a score line here, cut all the way down, following that part. Same thing right here, just follow this score line right here. Alright, and that should look pretty good right there, right? We're looking like this from the top view and from the bottom view, and it looks a little bit more rounded, like an actual body. We're in good shape. Alright, so I like how that's coming out, so let's keep moving and grooving. Now, you're probably wondering, look at this handy Del Taco fast food drink straw, right? We need to add a little bit more support in the middle of this neck. This straw bone is going to be going right from the bottom to the top. Basically, going to be adding this inner core piece right here with plastic. What this does is once we add the plastic straw bone support, it's going to solidify and make this inner core solid. When we can join the vertebrae wire joint and the melamine together, so this is a very integral piece of this build here. We're going to want to take about this much, an inch of that, just like this. we're going to take our handy screwdriver, bink this right onto the screwdriver shaft. Check that out. Go ahead and right through the bottom, stick that through the anus chest, okay? It's a family show. It's a family show. As we can see, it's going right through the top where the neck should be, and I'm holding on to this straw. 1 finger, 2 fingers, doesn't matter. We're going to twist and shout this straw bone all the way through the bottom, through the top. Okay, and we're just applying force and just letting that groove all the way through the bottom and the top. Awesome. Since we have a little bit of overage on top and the bottom, use that to our advantage. Bring back our handy little scissors, and we're going to go ahead and do not once, not twice, not 3 times a lady, but 4 times a charm, okay? Actually, it's probably 3 times a charm, but I'm changing up. So we want to open up these little neck plastic flower petals, and we're going to add some more support. Let's go ahead and bring back parchment paper, right? And let's go ahead and get this ready. We're going to put this on our thumb, and we're going to spread open these flower petals, just like that, like they're in bloom, okay? Like it's summertime or springtime. Just keep going with me. And we're going to put a tiny bit of glue right here on the front part of this chest, and we're going to go ahead and smash those flower petals down in there. We're rubbing it in, letting that cool, and also letting it dry. So it bonded with the pink foam. Okay, this back part right here, we're going to do the same thing, adding a little bit of glue right onto these plastic flower petals, and we're smashing that down right on the back part of the neck this time. And we're rubbing that in like a genie's lamp, making tiny wishes that our life would get a little bit better after drinking 7 cups of coffee. Okay, so it should be bonded. We're going to do the same thing with the bottom part of the chest, taking our scissors, and we're snippy, snippy, jiffy, jiffy, snip, snap, tip, tap. Stick our thumb in there. Let's go ahead and dry fit it and just get it started, right? We're just doing this action. That's exactly what we want to do. Let's get these flower petals all bonded with nature here. We're putting some glue right there. We're going to go ahead and smash that down. Don't you just love parchment paper because it helps with the heat and it doesn't stick. Same thing on this side as well. And check it out. Smashing that down. Smash that down to Chinatown, right? And check it out. We're rubbing that, and look how beautiful that looks. We've added plastic vertebrae wire joint support. That's exactly what we did. And you can see down through it even better now. It's like we went on a little bit of a vacation. Let's go check out the plastic neck canyon, kids, all right? Just stop with the jokes. Okay, so let's keep moving.